So last week I sold this little blue RSW. It needs boxing up. I've given the lad a postage quote. Let's get it boxed up. Some of you might find it interesting how to box up and pack up a little RSW. In fact, any bike, burner, chopper, whether you flogged, box it up. Halfords for your box, or Wilco, or any sort of bicycle selling outlet. Every box also has packaging. Let's do this. And so welcome back. Yeah, flogged this little RSW, well overdue on postage. I messaged the chap, he's happy with it being sent out today. Quite easy bikes to post actually, to be fair. So the seat's got to come out. Obviously the basket's got to come off. Handlebars got to be lowered. I'm keeping the headset in and the bearings. Pedal off, that on there, and both wheels. Your box, a standard Halfords bike box. That sort of size is ideal for an RSW or a burner. Bit of polystyrene as well to fill the box out. And in here also we've got another box which is handy for some wheels I've sold. Also with these boxes they come with already all the little bits you need to pack it up. A box there for your pedal, all good. Let's crack on. So in proper dealer Mike, cack-handed, boxing up, fixing bits, I managed to get the wrong size box. So you'll learn a lot from this video, how not to do it, but keep watching. As always, hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment, share in all social networks, and stay tuned. Just show you what I mean. So that bit there was connected to there, wasn't it? So by doing that, there's nothing now holding the back wheel to this. We're not touching the gears, we're not removing the gear cable or the chain. We can now access this nut here, and then that nut just there. Okay. So back wheel nuts off. I took them all out. So the toggle chain, then the poly cap, one R nut, and then the rear sternum archer nut, then 2 washers. Chain is now loose and off. But also on this side we've got this brake thing. It's like a disc brake, I think it's called, which is attached with this thing here, which holds this in place. So undo this. You've got 2 little nuts and bolts there. Keep them safe, don't lose them. But now the back wheel is now loose, it's free. We can now move it, can you see? Because this was connected into there. We can now get this back wheel off. I'll put you in a cradle. I need both hands for this. So those who know about editing, you watch over your footage you recorded, then try and cut it down and edit it into a reasonable, watchable video. And it still amazes me that even I look amazed when doing these things that's how that wheel came off. Of course that's how it came off. 2 nuts holding it on, and then a little toggle chain holding it to the gears. It's still connected by a rear brake cable, so I'll be leaving that brake cable on and then cable tying that to the frame. So back wheel off, but it's still hanging on by this little gear cable here. This back brake disc brake thing. I don't really want to be taking it completely apart, because then the customer's got to put it all back together again. So I'm thinking, because it's only quite narrow and the box is going to be of a certain width anyway, with that pedal sticking out, it will not harm it to just rest it down there next to the bike. It's going to be well protected with bubble, etc. This pedal here, I can't get off. I haven't got a correct spanner for it. Chopper pedals are fine. I think they need 18mm spanners. So down there is an 18mm. This is something smaller because there's a groove, and because of this bit here and this crank arm, you can't get in. So obviously the stand will come down. Right, turn it back over, put it on its feet. That little bit there came out of this. So when you put the back wheel back on, you need to connect this. So bring the back wheel up like this, yeah. And this little bit here fits in that groove without a fixing nut. I'll put out a fixing nut back through here, so you know where it is. It's not lost. Any nuts and bolts you do take off, wheels, etc., put them back in the position they're in. That way the customer isn't messing about trying to work out where things go. So seat off. It came with the original seat, which I'm including. That's just a spare seat I had kicking about, which I put with the bike to make it look more presentable. So spare seat is off. Current seat is off. Front wheel's off. Back wheel's off. I've cable tied it just there, so it's nice and tight and compact. Back wheel nuts. Like I said to you earlier, all these bike boxes from Halfords come with a little box that they came with when the bike was delivered. The Halfords normally keep all the bits and just chuck them in the box for recycling. Any Halfords, pop down the back. You don't need to even ask half the time. Just drive around the back of a delivery section where they do like the fast fit and the windscreens and all their cardboards lined up there. Just grab a box, put it in the car, and off we go. Right, all the little nuts and bolts are in here. So 1, 2, the toggle, 3, the poly, the 2 washers in there. Okay, chuck that in there. That's the customer's nuts and bolts for the back wheel. We don't need to do anything else with the handlebars. The handlebars will be turned round. We now need to access that box now. There's not else I can do with that now. That'll fit in that box over there quite happily. That'll fit in there. Let's do this. So the thumbnail said win or fail. Well, partly a win, partly a foul. Foul being I managed to go to all the effort of assembling a box only for the RSW not to fit in it. So basically went down Halfords, picked up I think 3 bike boxes. This one here, the basket going in, that's 1. The little one is 2, and then another one which I'll need later in the video is 3. It helps if there's not a washing line above your head. That's going to get in your way. It helps if you're wearing shorts that aren't falling halfway down your backside, exposing your Spider-Man pants. And just helps if there's just not some other stuff in the way, really. So yeah, so the boxes came with packaging. We're going to use all the little bits of boxes and the little bits of cardboard for packaging. Tip that into this one here. And you can see now that wash line is really getting on my nerves, and that washing pole keeps falling over and just generally getting in my way. Yeah, tack-handed approach as ever from Dealer Mike. Don't expect nothing else. Those who are new to the channel, basically I fix up or try and fix up, make a couple of quid on the burners, choppers, grifters, little RSW. I rarely keep most of them. Most of them get sold on, broken down, or quick flips. Some I keep for a good few months. Others I just sell almost immediately to try and raise a few quid, and it mostly pays off. There's a little bit of wage in it for me. Yeah, so that's basically it. A bit of history about the channel. RSW now on your right hand side. the idea is to get that now in that box. So that there is a mudguard I've taken off. I don't know why I'm holding up for like a lunatic. You know what a mudguard looks like, don't you? Right, so how hard can it be? You take the wheels off a bike, you take everything off it you can, and then you fit it into a box that's too small. And as you can see, that ain't fitting there. It's like trying to fit a golf ball into the lid of a Marmite jar. It ain't gonna fit, is it? That washing line is still getting my wick. Yeah, proper wound up I am. This was filmed last week when it was like 33 degrees in the garden and I'm sweating. That box is now just getting on my nerves. That falls over, I look knackered, I've had enough, I want to go home. I'm home, but I committed now to boxing this up. It's going to get boxed up regardless. I've committed to that. What more can I say? I'll leave you now with the rest of the video. So plan B is a full-size Carrera, full-size 26-inch mountain bike box that I picked up as a flat pack. It needs cable tying on the sides. Plan B is working. So here I am again. Captain Useless Incompetent now enters your screen from the left-hand side, walking around the garden like a headless chicken, still trying to avoid that sodding washing line. I'm now tipping the excess packaging into I can't laugh anymore at this video. I'm now tipping the excess packaging from box B into from box 2 into box 3 and taking half a pegs out with it. I've decided with a profit of this bike, which isn't much, probably about 15-20 quid, I'm going to buy a belt for my shorts and I'm going to buy the missus some new pegs because I think I've lost half of them in that box. I might even treat myself to some new underpants because I can't keep wearing Spider-Man pants, can I? Right, this RSW, I think, well, I know it will now fit in that Carrera full-size mountain bike box. Just like that, hey presto, it's in, but half it's still sticking out. So I've got to put in loads and loads of packaging, the polystyrene, foam, all the random bits are going in that box, and shrink wrap, more cable ties, tape, plenty of tape, 2 rolls of tape, and I'm still walking around the garden like a monkey, pulling up my shorts, and just feeling extremely knackered and hot and cheesed off. And I think this is filmed last week. Starving hungry. I've been out now for about 2 hours twatting about this bike. No disrespect to the seller, but it was a complete pain in the arse to do this. But I'm happy to do it because you learn, don't you? Yeah, all good fun. Right, let's crack on now. Rest of the footage, I'll leave you in peace for a bit. Much better box now. Much better. So that's the looks like. So what it looks like. So front mud guard has come off because it was sticking out like that too much. Pedal should come off in theory, but because the wheel is cable tied like that, the basket, I'm happy with that overflow. The box is going to get shrink wrapped anyway, so it's going to be completely protected. sweating I'm certainly not messing about, but I'm happy to do it. If I wasn't happy in posting it, I wouldn't have listed it as postage available. So I'm happy with this. It's going well. Right, that polystyrene I'm going to use to pack out the box. So break it in half, knife, or what we want to do. Pack it out. Box stop. Done. Polystyrene along the top. You got good protection down the sides. The forks are sticking out, so I found a square box down Halfords as well. Normally square boxes have square packaging because it might contain like oil, antifreeze, AdBlue, whatever it is. So nice square box packaging for forks that are sticking out. Our next job is to try and get this nice and tight. So shrink wrap, £15. It might seem expensive, 15 quid. Obviously you ain't gonna use it all. A box that, what's the word for it, funny shaped. I'm going to use probably a 20th of that. So a 10th is £1.50. A 20th is 3 quid. I'm going to use £3 worth of shrink wrap. I'll do the numbers at the end, what it cost me, what I sold it for, and what I charged for postage. And anything overpaid by the customer, I will refund the difference. Right, I'm going to put it on time lapse for about what may seem an eternity, but in reality, probably about a minute, no more. Stop. Pleased with that. You got your handles. You got the 4 handles, or the fork handles. Yeah, fork handles. 1, 2, and 3. There. If you tape over them, then just break the seal, so the delivery drivers and the handlers can get their fingers in there to lift up. Yeah, as well. See that little shrink wrap top, wouldn't it? Just break it off so I can get in there. Ideally, all honesty, I've done cleaner boxes, but it ain't gonna go nowhere. Got to do a label, write a label out, tape it on, put it in the car, drive it down to the post office, take it out of the car, queue up. You need a post office with the scales that aren't surrounded by like brochures and leaflets. You want a nice open area for the scales. I'll put a photograph now of the scales or a post office I use for big items like this. I'll do a breakdown of what it cost to buy, to sell, how long it's taken me. You watched the video, that's a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes long, but believe you me, it's taken me more than that. And that is the parcel packed off and sent. Philby, Thompson's of Philby. You got some photographs on screen now. Philby Post Office, up near Great Yarmouth. Big place. Nice old school sort of setup with its fruit and veg and its jars, and it's a really handy little supermarket for those people who are here on holiday. The post office is open until 7. It doesn't mean that you can send stuff off at 7. It means they accept it and you get a tracking number to post that off. 24-hour, so it's posted on Tuesday, but it's not being collected until the following day on a Wednesday. 24-hour. I'll put a little note now on the screen of what the parcel weigh. Heavy parcel, really heavy parcel. You would have seen also the area around the scales where it's nice and clear from any debris. You can access the space and get a big parcel on that. Some of these little post offices, you know, you struggle to put a shoebox on, don't you, because of all that stuff around the scales. To post it off 24-hour, £23. Bubble wrap, not bubble wrap, shrink wrap cost me £3, £26. I charged £30 postage. eBay take percentage of that postage, so postage terms, I'm bang on right. It shouldn't cost any more than £30 to post. That's not including my time. It took me about an hour and some diesel money to get the box, to take it to the post office, so £30 is the cheapest you can really go to. And then you can see why now, why people charge 40 or 50 quid postage on a bike. If it takes them an hour, then that's, you know, their time, isn't it? But I'd try and keep my costs low and get a postage down as much as possible for the customer. It was also now, well, he was anyway, subscriber of the channel. So cheers, Connor. Good luck with your little RSW. Hope you like it. All the bits are in there, as you know. Any problems, give me a shout. Hope you found the video interesting, informative. If you're new, do me a massive favour, hit that like and subscribe button. Share it on your social networks. Leave a comment, and I'll catch you very soon on the next one.